Okay, we're multiplying polynomials, so let's get started. We have x squared plus y squared times x squared minus y squared. So once again, your first terms, multiply them. So we have x squared times x squared. Remember, we add the exponents. So that becomes x to the fourth. X squared times y squared, but we got this minus sign. So that's going to be minus x squared times y squared. And then our inside terms, y squared times x squared. And then our last terms, y squared times y squared. But we see this minus here, so we know it's going to be a minus because there's a positive out in front of y squared. So y squared times y squared, add the exponents, becomes y to the fourth. Now we look at our like terms. Okay, we have x squared times y squared, which is the same thing as y squared times x squared. However, one has a minus sign out front, one has a positive, so you can think of that as being, well, anyway, they just cancel out. I always forget. So we end up with x to the fourth minus y to the fourth. Okay. There was something I said earlier in a video or two back, if you can remember, about the difference of two squares. Well, this really is the difference of two squares. It's hiding. We'll talk about it later. Let's take a look at another one. What time we got? 2:30? 2:30 into this video. Where are we at? I have somehow lost track of what's going on here. Okay. Got caught in a time warp. We have x plus 8. The whole thing is squared. What do we do? Well, we can rewrite this as x plus 8 times x plus 8. Okay, that's expanding it. Now we can do our multiplication. Let's write an equal sign. X times x is x squared. X times 8 is 8x. 8 times x is also 8x. And 8 times 8 is 64. Now we collect up our like terms, continuing our equal sign. So we have 8x plus 8x. That gives us 16x, and then plus 64. Pretty simple. 4 minutes into this video. Let's let me see something here real quick. Yeah, let's go ahead and work this one out here. Let's do that. X plus 1. Alright, so we're going to add an extra term into this. See if you can figure it out. Okay, so once again, we go through all the combinations. That is, we take the x, multiply it by 2x squared, then we'll multiply it by the next term, and then the next term. And of course, we do the same thing with the 1, multiplying that by each one of these terms. Okay, so let's start with the first one. We have x times 2x squared. That's going to give us 2x to the third. Remember, this is to the first power, and we're adding them. Plus x times x is x squared, and then x times that 1, which is minus 1, gives us minus x. Now we're probably going to run out of room over here. I didn't account for that. So we have 1 times 2x squared. We're going to try to figure out how to squeeze this in. 1 times x is just x. And then 1 times that minus 1 is negative 1, or minus 1. Okay, let's collect up all our like terms. Okay, the degree is 3. We don't have any other variable with degree 3 in it, so we'll go ahead and write that. We have x squared and 2x squared. Those are like terms. So that's going to make that 3x squared. And then we have a minus x and a plus x, so they're going to cancel out. And we have this constant term over here. And so we're done. So that wasn't too bad. Right, so we had a polynomial, x plus 1, had 2 terms in it, and we multiplied it by a polynomial that had 3 terms. And it was pretty easy to do. All right. Okay, see you over at my YouTube channel. Bye.